All right, back for another beer review, and today I'll be reviewing yet another beer from the Imprint Beer Company, and they're out of Hatfield, Pennsylvania, and this is their Schmoojee Shcoops Watergate. So this is a heavily fruited sour ale that is brewed with pineapple, marshmallow, pistachio, and ice cream. It comes in at 6% alcohol by volume. No IBUs listed in time of review. And this can is just under 2 months old. So I love pistachios. I like real pistachios, pistachio pudding, pistachio ice cream. So when I saw this, I was like, I have to give it a go. Now, they have a couple other Watergate beers. They have their Dripsy Watergate, which I did have, kind of similar to this beer, but with no lactose. Then they have their Schmoojee Watergate, not the Shcoops, and it's with whipped cream and not ice cream. So this one basically introduced ice cream. You can see the scoops of ice cream there. So I'm super excited about this. Watergate salad pretty much is pistachio. I believe it's pistachio pudding, like canned pineapple, and like whipped cream. And I think there's like pecans as well, I think, like shaved pecans or something. I don't know. All I know is I've had it before numerous times. It's delicious, and I can't wait to get this one into the glass and see what we got going on. Of course, it's not going to look like beer. It might not even be beer, but who cares? We're going to hopefully enjoy this. Oh, yeah. Goes everywhere, and it's coming out, so yeah. Looks exactly like I thought it was going to look. Now, this one was kept upside down in my fridge. We're going to do something like that. And I'm also going to grab my trusty paper towels over here because shit went everywhere. And I want to wipe it down before it gets out of control. You know what I mean? Yeah, so as that pours out, we'll pour the rest out at the bottom. It doesn't look like beer. I mean, it's a base kettle, like sour probably. And then they just put a bunch of crazy adjuncts in it, and it doesn't taste like beer typically, and doesn't look like beer. So yeah, that has that like vibrant kind of in person or on camera it's gonna look a little bit more dull, but like in person it has, I don't know. There's chunks of shit in there because all of the adjuncts, but it has like this kind of. It doesn't look like pistachio ice cream. It looks more like a really dark like hazy lemonade or like. I don't know, like a lemon smoothie or something, and then it has like a forefinger of a crazy head. Kind of looks like a banana. If you told me there's banana in here, I believe you, and that's kind of what it looks like. So anyway, yeah, it looks insane to me. Let's get a nose. Yeah, so it smells like pistachio pudding / ice cream. The fact they're using pistachio in here along with ice cream, that's exactly kind of the vibe I'm getting. A little bit of like a sweet, like canned crushed pineapple. Yeah, man, it smells like pistachio ice cream. If you've ever had pistachio ice cream, that's what this smells like, to a T. Nothing more, nothing less. It smells fucking crazy sweet, though. And the other Schmoojee I reviewed recently from them was their Morello cherry and coconut, and that was very delicious, but definitely sweet. Not crazy sweet, but definitely sweet. And by halfway through, about two-thirds of the way through the can, I was like, that's enough. I don't know. I love pistachio ice cream and pudding, so I think I'm really enjoy this. Not much more to say about it. Let's get into it. Cheers, everyone. I think I pretty much drank the head there. Let me try to get into the actual beer. This tastes like a Watergate salad in a fucking beer. 6%, can't taste it. This is delicious. It doesn't drink like a beer, obviously. I mean, none of these really do. But it's a delicious beverage. Now, this can's probably like 800 calories or some fucking ridiculous amount, but this is when I want a beer, but I also want my dessert at the same time. That's kind of what I'm getting out of this. So frothy. We'll let the head settle down. The body on this one is straight up. It's thick. It's full bodied. It's over the top. The mouth feels soft, smooth, creamy, kind of like melted down ice cream, or like I've never had a pistachio smoothie. I don't even know if you could make one, but if you did, kind of had because pistachio ice cream pudding doesn't really taste like pistachio. It has its own flavor, right? But it's kind of like you took some pistachio ice cream and then just turned it into a smoothie or like a milkshake. I never say milkshake with these, but yeah, it's like a pistachio milkshake. It's that pistachio pudding / ice cream kind of flavor, predominant note on the palate. There's a nice kind of, again, crushed kind of pineapple. It has a vanilla ice cream, whipped cream type of feel to it. Marshmallows in here. Not really getting marshmallows, but getting like that vanilla like ice cream kind of feel as well, like a whipped cream. It's definitely sweet, and I would 100% prefer to split this one with another person, probably a couple people. Like, I think I'd want 4 to 6 ounces of this. That's where I think beers like this probably should be shared, so everyone can have a little bit of a taste and not go crazy and not, drink 800 calories. Luckily, my pops likes beers like this, and he loves pistachio ice cream. So I think I'm going to give him whatever's left over here if he wants it, if he enjoys it. There is a little bit of like a tartness to the base here. And that would be the one critique of this beer. And same thing with the Schmoojee. These don't really have like a firm tartness. And I'd want like a firm tartness into low sourness. I don't want it to be super acidic because this really doesn't have acidity on the palate, but I'd want it to be like a firm tartness because it does finish sweet. I mean, you're talking about ice cream, pistachios, marshmallow, pineapple. There's something that's got to stop it from being too sweet. Now, I've drank a decent amount of this, right? But I'm not getting too sick of it, but I'm going to tell you a couple more sips and I'm going to probably time out. So we'll do one more big sip and then I'll give it a rating and whatnot and talk about price and availability. Yeah, it's delicious. It really is. But it's one of those beers I'd like in small quantities. So I think, again, the one knock I have on this beer is that it's not tart enough to kind of break it up and balance it out. But I mean, you get the pistachio, ice cream pudding flavor, the pineapple's there, the marshmallow's there, the ice cream's there. It's, again, kind of like pistachio ice cream with some canned pineapple, maybe a little bit of a whipped cream on top. And that's just a predominant note on the palate. Like, it doesn't hit me in stages. It's just all over the palate, those flavors. And it finishes, again, with really no residual dryness or bitterness or anything. And I would want something, some kind of acidity, some kind of tartness to kind of balance it out, but didn't get that. Despite that, it's really good. I will say I like the Dripsy Watergate, Dripsy Watergate from them a little bit better because it didn't have lactose. It didn't have the ice cream and whatnot. It kind of drank like this, but it wasn't as crazy sweet as this. I shouldn't say crazy sweet. I think it had a little bit more tartness than this. It had a little bit more of an oomph and a balance to it, where this is just kind of the same flavor over and over. And I think if I was to drink the rest of this can, I'd be feeling sick. So Schmoojee Shcoops Watergate from Imprint. I gave the Dripsy Watergate like a 4.75. I can't go as high with this one, but I will say they kind of nailed what they're going for to a certain extent. So I got to give them props on that. I'm just going to give that a straight 4.5. Yeah, we'll go high 4.5. We'll go 4.55 out of 5. I think that's fair for what I'm drinking. It's just one of those things where, again, I think it's a little bit too much in terms of the sweetness. The price point on this one, I think I paid $7.50 for that can. Now, when it comes to these crazy, heavily fruited, smoothie, pastry sours, I have come to a max that I would pay for something that gets distro, and it's pretty much about $8. If the beer is over $8 for a single can, I'm not going to buy it, which is why I won't buy any 450 North stuff until they come down in my neck of the woods. New 450 North stuff just showed up. And in my area, they're $10 to $11 a can now. And that's still crazy. I mean, you're talking, $40+ a 4-pack. That's ridiculous. This, I think, a 4-pack of this was like $30, which is still crazy because, Froth, Mortalis, Fifth Frame here in the Western New York area, they're $25 4-pack. So for something like this, I don't want to pay that price. But if something cool shows up from Imprint and it's $8 a can, I'm going to grab it. This is a single can. I'm not, obviously, if I had to buy a 4-pack, I wouldn't, but this was fun to try. I love pistachio. They kind of nailed it, and it's delicious. I just wish it was in smaller cans or maybe even a bottle so I could kind of, close it up and drink it tomorrow or share it with other people. Much more easy. They're much more easily done in a bottle than in a can. Availability, Imprint, I have no idea. I mean, we're seeing them here in the Western New York area. I'm sure some of their stuff shows up on like Tavor. They probably get distro into a handful of states. But if you see their stuff, let me know. Let me know if you've seen this one. Let me know if you've had this one. Post in the comment section. I appreciate it. Appreciate everybody stopping by for another beer review here on the Beer Patrol. Until the next one. Cheers.